Well, you have been asking for this fight for a long time, man. You have been lobbying for it and making it clear you want it. Now you're a couple days out. What's the emotion like of having a fight that you've been kind of building up to like this?
The emotion going into this fight, I'm just super happy. Very happy that the UFC is giving me the fight. Very happy that they let me fight with a quick turnaround from my last one. And, normally there's a lot more anxiety going into a fight, but we know how to beat this guy. We're just going to keep working the game plan. We got what we asked for. Now all I have to do is deliver.
No doubt. Have you guys crossed paths at all this week? Or?
Yeah, there was once on the elevator. He was coming down and I was going up, or we were both going to the same spot, and I just looked on the elevator and his team was like, "Oh, there's space." And I go, No, there's not. There's no space on this.
Probably a wise idea.
Yeah, but yeah, we haven't had any. I mean, even if we did cross, I'm not gonna say anything else to him. We're fighting for Saturday. I don't want to jeopardize that.
Yeah, no question about it. So, give me an idea. This is the day of entertainment, right? This is the day of speaking out so you get what you want. I mean, this campaign to fight Greg Hardy. How much do you really hate the guy, and how much of it was just like, this is a great way to get this fight together?
Initially, I didn't really hate him. I just kind of resented him because literally every week since, his first amateur fight, they're like, "You should fight Greg Hardy. You should fight Greg Hardy." I'm like, do you realize that we're both still amateurs at this point? No promotion is going to pay to fly someone in from Florida to fight on an amateur promotion in Texas, or vice versa. So it started off as just resentment. And then I started getting upset because people actually think he can beat me. And then that pissed me off. And, then I read, some of the police reports from his past and things like that. And I'm like, man, this dude is just a terrible human being. And then on top of that, his baby mama messages me on Instagram and stuff, sending me screenshots of her son trying to FaceTime him. So I got to deal with that now. And that caused issues with my girl. She's like, "Who's this chick randomly messaging?" I'm like, "Nah, it's not like that, babe." So, yeah, it's just... that just escalated it, but I legitimately don't like this man. I never was fond of him beforehand. Then, you gotta understand that wears on you every week and the frequency just keeps increasing. Then when we're both on Contender Series, he's on week 1 of Contender Series with 0 pro fights, and I'm on one of the last weeks of it. That added to the fire, and then, seeing him get booked to fight before me, that upset me as well. Then on top of that, seeing the people he's fighting, yeah, these guys have decent records, but if you just look at them, you can tell they're not athletes. And that bothered me because, I'm going out of my way. No one's signing up to fight me. And so the people I do get, I'm having to fight are way more experienced than me. And I've been fighting for a long time, and I'm, really new to it. So yeah, I'm getting upset, and then the comparisons they're getting because he's knocking out cans as opposed to me having to fight guys with 15 pro MMA fights and pro boxing fights on the side. It's not even close to a similar comparison, and that bothers me. And then just add on the noise that you get online. I go online to mess around like everybody else, and to have to see stupid comments from people with double-digit IQs bothers me.
How about for you though to take the idea? I mean, it's one thing, people talk in this game, right? But I mean, you're throwing out this hashtag "fuck Greg Hardy" for months on end. You know what I mean? And sticking with it, right? Not shying away from it to the point that you're wearing T-shirts this week with it on there, right? I mean, how did you get to that decision? I'm rolling with this, man. We're not gonna kind of cherry,
Yeah. Well, it was one of those things where I got tired of people always asking, well, when are you going to fight? Are you afraid to fight? I'm like, no, I'm not scared to fight. You know what? I'll fight him. Whatever. Let's do this. And so then every time I saw him, that's the first thing that popped in my head, man, fuck this dude. So I eventually got tired of it. And, now it became once a week I'd put an obligatory, just saying fuck Greg Hardy. And then I'm like, why not just make it a hashtag? And people ran with it, and, I'm consistent with that energy. I don't like that dude. I don't like anything about him, so fuck him.
All right, so let's talk about your career. Last time out, obviously, nobody gets out of this game undefeated, right? But I got to imagine frustrating. What lessons did you take out of that fight?
I took a lot from that fight. I learned that this isn't a level where I can just kind of show up physically and not mentally. There's been fights where you're there, you want to do the fight, and then there's fights where you're just like, God, I got to do this again, you know? And the wrong me showed up that day, and I learned that I have to do more. You know, I can't just make it a part-time thing or, you know, be a fighter when I have a fight announced. I took away from that I really need to make this more of a lifestyle for myself. So, you know, a week after that fight, I added 2 new coaches to the mix. I added, I think, a total of, I added 5 hours of boxing in for the week and 3 hours wrestling, and then I added 4 3-mile runs at varying speeds throughout the week, in addition to mobility training and an extra day of strength and conditioning. So overall, we added about 12 hours a week of training to my schedule, and we really tightened up on the diet and everything, cut down on, you know, the other extracurriculars. So I don't party as much now, I don't go out as much, I don't drink as much now, and it paid off. You know, I only got up to 285 after that last fight, and came in better shape all camp. I was able to work a little bit harder, push the boundary a little bit more than last time, and it's paid dividends. You know, just mentally, I feel a lot better coming into this one.
That's awesome. You got booked quickly, though, right? I mean, So I got to ask. I mean, does that you feel like the promotion believes in you? Were you lobbying the hell out of them to get something? I mean, to get booked that quick again after a loss, that's got to feel good.
It feels really good, you know, and that was always my thing. Before I signed with the UFC, I think I fought 7 times in 16 months, and you know, I like that high pace. I like, you know, being back in there because that helps me, you know, get back to the drawing board quicker, fill in the holes in my game, and you get to test things out. And, you know, that was one of my biggest complaints from even once I got signed. I'm like, why am I at this rate, you know, guys from next season of Contender Series are going to fight before me. So I got to fight then. And then I was, you know, here we are 2-3 months later. I'm asking to get on any card. No. And I guess they kind of put me in my place. I got Arjun, and he's a tough dude. I'll give him that. I thought I won the fight, but, you know, it was split media-wise, and it's in the past. I can't change it, but you know, so I'm thinking like, damn, it's gonna be another 5 months here, and then 3 weeks later, my manager's like, you're not gonna believe who we got, and I said, what, really? But apparently, I don't know if he asked for the fight, so it was just 2 guys want to fight, and then however it happened, I'm just grateful to get the fight, and it being this dude is icing on the cake.
Nice. So break it down then. What does this fight mean to you? Because I mean, on the one hand, it's like this. I think it's this big opportunity. Like there's a lot of spotlight on you guys this week. It sounds like not necessarily personal, but you just don't like the guy. But also like a rebound from a loss, and maybe you showing how you've developed this short time. So I mean, when you encapsulate this fight, what does it mean to you?
You know, this fight for me is just it's opportunity. You know, it's a really big opportunity for me, and you know, I've said it in a couple interviews before. You know, his past of, you know, domestic violence and things like that. You know, when I was 6 years old, I watched my mom like get beat up in front of me, and you know, I tried to fight that dude. I was 6 years old trying to fight a grown man, and you know, now I don't ever have to. You know, if it were to happen today, that's not how it would have gone down, and you know, so that plays a big role in it. You know, it's kind of, you know, for me, being able to do something about things that I don't like now. I can control the situation a little bit more now. You know, and furthermore, it's one of those things where I've tried to do the right thing pretty much my whole life. You know, it's deeply ingrained in me. You know, between going to Catholic high school, Eagle Scout, you know, I went to a military college with a single sanction honor system. It's always been about doing what's right, you know, and to see someone that hasn't lived that or hasn't always done the right thing, made as many mistakes as he's had, because granted, we all make mistakes, but for him to show no remorse for it at all and then still get better opportunities than me, that, you know, that adds a little extra to it. So that's another reason for my dislike of this guy. So there's so much that goes into it, and a culminating point is, you know, it's just an opportunity. You know, there's retribution in it, there's payback. I really want to put my hands on this man, so just want to make it to Saturday.
No question. Well, it's a deep fight on a lot of levels, but at the end of the day, it's 2 big, strong dudes in a cage together, right? So I mean, when this thing plays out in your head, I mean, are you expecting this to be something that's short and violent, or are you expecting that this might have to be a tactical battle and you might have to out-technique? I mean, when you play this out, how do you see it going?
You know, I see myself going in there being, you know, you can be extremely technical and also extremely violent, you know. He's not very technical. He's very violent, very explosive. You know, I've shown that I can go in the third round. I've finished fights in the second, third round before. And, you know, I see it could be over quick. It's definitely got the possibility, but I'm going in there to just inflict damage for 15 minutes. You know, that's what I've been training for. I'm not thinking of when I'm going to finish him. I'm not thinking of, you know, looking for a quick way out. I'm looking out there to execute every technique the right way, and see where it goes after that. You know, win or lose, as long as I go out there and execute everything that I wanted to do. If it goes to the judges, I can't control it. But you know, I am looking to finish. I don't think he's gonna make it 15 minutes with me, but if he does, hopefully I come out on top. You know.